However, yet now we would like to move on to another title, another issue, or another subject. And it revolves around the direction of where Masjid Rahmah is right now and where it is going. There is a lot of confusion that is circulating amongst the people for numerous and various reasons. There are rumors, there are speculations, there are even accusations. However, ya ikhwan, it is very important for us. Let's reflect upon the tawjihat, upon the direction and the guidance, the advice, the reminder that was just given to us by our Sheikh Falah ibn Ismail hafidhahullah ta'ala. When we visited him in Philadelphia, in the masjid of the prophetic sunnah of the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam, he reminded us of the affair of akhuwah, of brotherhood. He reminded us of the affair of the various levels of this brotherhood, the khullah, the friendship that starts to develop after the brotherhood. Consequently concluding with the wilayah, the protection, the support, the love, the aid, the support at the most highest of levels. That this is where we are striving to get to, ya ikhwan. So we must keep in mind, ya ikhwan, if we have any differences, we have to prioritize them. We have to evaluate them. We have to analyze them. To what degree? To what realm? To what level? Will they affect our brotherhood if they should affect our brotherhood? To what level of what we say, of what we believe, and of what we do will affect the brotherhood, will affect our friendship, will affect our protection, our maintenance, our support, our guardianship of one another. Masjid Rahmah has been advised from the mashayikh, from the scholars, those that have knowledge, sound, in-depth knowledge, ya ikhwan, those that have sound religion with them, those that have trustworthiness and reliability with them, are scholars. They have advised Masjid Rahmah from the initiation of its 4th of July conference to work with our brother Tahir Wyatt. This is something that the administration, they have been supported. They have been encouraged to work with our brother Tahir Wyatt for the conference that would take place on the 4th of July. The advice that came forward from Sheikh Rabi' ibn Hadi al-Madkhali hafidhahullah ta'ala for our brother Tahir to write a bayan, to write a clarification in terms of his stance, his mawqif with al-Maghribi. This was an issue that caused some difference. Ultimately, the advice that was given to our brother Tahir from the mashayikh, not from the administration of Masjid Rahmah. The advice that was given to our brother Tahir concerning the bayan that was sought from Sheikh Rabi' for him to write about Al-Maghribi, it was not to write. There were other scholars that were advising, that were directing our brother step by step. Do not write this bayan. And the administration, they found themselves in a position that if Tahir was not going to write this clarification, that Sheikh Rabi' would not want to participate. Consequently, our brother, he chose not to write upon the advice of the ulama. The administration at that time, they decided to remove Tahir. They removed him from the conference, they removed him from the flyer. After this was done, there was advice that came from the mashayikh to reinstate Tahir, to put him back on the conference. And we know what kind of consequences may come out of a situation like this. But the advice of the mashayikh to our brother Tahir and to the administration, that he was to be reinstated, put him back amongst the speakers. Those that had given this advice, ya ikhwan, the likeness of our noble Sheikh Saleh As-Suhaimi, Sheikh Ali Nasr Al-Faqihi, Sheikh Khalid Al-Raddadi, Hafidhahum Allahu Jami'. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve all of them, and others as well. So this is something that the community, that the other communities, they must be aware of now. If you did not know prior to this, you know now that the administration was always advised to utilize Tahir upon the conference. And when the administration chose to remove him, they were advised to replace him, to reinstate him. And again, we know the consequences that may come out of a situation like that. But it was the advice of the ulama to Tahir not to write the bayan, and to the administration, reinstate him as a speaker. We know what took place in terms of Tahir's name being added back to the flyer and the removal of Sheikh Rabi''s name. And this is an issue that is going to be dealt with specifically, inshaAllah ta'ala. However, yet, ya ikhwan, when it came about that there was a flyer that was now presenting Tahir and Sheikh Rabi' upon the same conference, it caused confusion, as it was stated, amongst some of the people. This issue, ya ikhwan, the advice of the ulama, the advice of the scholar, was to leave this issue of the flyer until further notice. Leave the issue of the flyer that has the name of Sheikh Rabi' and Tahir upon it after the confusion. Leave it until a further date. This was from the advice of the mashayikh, ya ikhwan. Walillah alhamd, they have utilized, they have followed through with the advice of the mashayikh. It is my advice, ya ikhwan. This is from Abu Layla. For those individuals that are propagating the speech of Abu Muhammad about the administration, to stop. I myself personally, I do not believe that Abu Muhammad wants this statement to be propagated in the light that it is being propagated. However, yet, the statement that our brother Abu Muhammad has made, that is being spread, that he has said that he was not in agreement with the administration's position. It paints the picture, ya ikhwan. It can be misleading that the administration's position, quote unquote, was their position and that it was not the position of Sheikh Saleh As-Suhaimi, Sheikh Ali Nasser Faqih, Sheikh Khalid Al-Radadi, and others. And this is something that is not only known to the administration, but it is known to our brother Abu Muhammad. He knows that the position of the administration is the position of Sheikh Khalid Al-Radadi, of Sheikh Saleh As-Suhaimi, and Sheikh Ali Nasser Al-Faqihi. He mentioned as well that they chose Tahir over Sheikh Rabi'. And this statement, ya ikhwan, it can be misleading. Would we say the same for Sheikh Saleh As-Suhaimi? Would any of us tell Sheikh Saleh As-Suhaimi, you are choosing the position of Tahir over Sheikh Rabi'? Would any of us tell Sheikh Ali Nasser Al-Faqihi, Sheikh Khalid Al-Radadi, and the other scholars, you are choosing the position of Tahir over Sheikh Rabi'? This issue, ya ikhwan, this is not an issue that is between Sheikh Rabi' and Tahir. This is a knowledge-based issue that Abu Muhammad, that we hope he has chose off of proof and evidence to side with Sheikh Rabi'. This is the excuse that I have for him. He honestly believes that which he is doing is correct, and I have no blame for him for doing that. However, yet, why would we blame administration for choosing the position to support Tahir and to reinstate him as a speaker when it is a position of the ulama, when it is a position of the scholars? And say that the administration chose. No, the administration supported. The administration was in agreement with the scholars, just like you were. And if you are not blameworthy for choosing the position that you chose, and we hope that you chose it off of knowledge, why would the administration be blameworthy if they chose their position to follow the scholars based off of knowledge? Our brother, he mentioned as well that his position, it is supported by the scholars, the likeness of Sheikh Rabi', Sheikh Ubaid, and Sheikh Falah. But he negated, he failed to mention at the same time, in the same breath, that the position of the administration, it is supported by Sheikh Khalid Al-Radadi, by Sheikh Ali Nasser Al-Faqihi, and by our Sheikh as well, Sheikh Saleh As-Suhaimi. So when we paint the picture, ya ikhwan, we want to be balanced. Because if it's not an issue that he said, it's not about me and Tahir, then who is it about? If it's about the scholars that you mentioned that support you, those brothers that you have been the imam for 6 years, why not mention their position? You know them to be individuals that are Salafi. You know them to be individuals that support the da'wah, that have never contradicted the scholars in affairs of deviancy. Why not paint the picture, ya ikhwan? I just do not agree with them. They have chosen their position based off of knowledge. I have chosen my position based off of knowledge. They are following scholars. I am following scholars. What is to be said at the end of the day, ya ikhwan? Do you want us to just follow individuals because of names? Is this what the Da'wah to Salafiyah has boiled down to now after all of these years? Just the following of names? No proof, no evidences, no positions, no points, no principles, no foundations? We're just going to take individuals' names? And our brother knows the reality of my speech. He knows the reality of the position of the administration. However, yet, ya ikhwan, he has failed, he has negated to mention it and to tell the public. He had mentioned that he was patient over 6 years. What affairs has taken place in the community of Masjid Rahmah for 6 years that you were patient over, that the rest of us was not patient over? What did you experience? What did you know? What did you encounter that the rest of us, we did not encounter? And we are still here. I'm still here. Administration is still here. The fellowship, the community is still here. What took place over 6 years now that at this time and junction you called it quits? If there was something that you deemed that was necessary on behalf of the administration, why didn't you bring it to our attention? You left us in the dark. You left because of what was going on with them, but you didn't make us aware of what was going on in our own community. And you said you love the brothers. You said you love the brothers. So why not advise us the reality of why you left? What built up for 6 years, if there was something that built up for 6 years? We've seen you make Hajj with the community since you have almost been here every year. We've seen them support you, go and travel to other communities to call. We have seen you on their annual conference just about every year. What has taken place for 6 years that you know that you left over, but the rest of us are left in the dark? He mentioned that when they make decisions like that, they have to be more careful. Ikhwan, I don't know of a decision that is more careful, that when the individual has concluded that this position, this is the knowledge-based position that is correct, and I have consulted with the scholars, and they have supported me. Rather, they have chastised me, redirected me on a position of removing an individual to correct that affair, reinstate that individual. How can we look at it in the fair that they have to be more careful? Or is it that they have to choose that which has been chosen by others? Our brother had mentioned that we have to show respect for the ulama. Where is it that Masjid Rahmah has not shown respect for the ulama? Whatever it is, present it. If it is a mistake, they will make the correction, insha'Allah ta'ala. They have mentioned that the affair of the flyer, it was a mistake. And this is something that they want to be known. But they are being advised right now to leave the flyer alone by the scholars. So it's not the administration, ya ikhwan. It is the advice that the administration is taking, that they are following from the scholars. Our brother had mentioned as well the issue of not following a group, a name, or none of that. It doesn't matter who we're with the haqq, we're with the truth. If this is the case and it applies to you, why does it not apply to the administration? That they're not with the group, they're not with the name. They're not merely with the fact of just following Sheikh Rabi' on a position because of his name. They want to follow Sheikh Rabi' because of what Sheikh Rabi' has presented. They believe it is the truth. And if because of their knowledge, their awareness of that knowledge, their support of the people of knowledge on their position, it is not in agreement with you, why are they blameworthy? Why would we present it to the people, this affair, and not present it to the people of knowledge? What is going on now for 6 years? That now that you have freed yourself from it, you are safe from it now. What about the rest of us that you say that you love? What about me? Because I know personally he has not told me anything. He has not told me anything about the administration for the duration of 6 years. That Abu Layla, they have gone into deviancy. Abu Layla, they have stolen the people's money. Abu Layla, they are doing kada wa kada wa kada. He has not told me. So if this is the case, ya ikhwan, what is going on for 6 years? This is something that everybody must be mindful of. They must reflect upon. And at this junction, ya ikhwan, with further information that is going to come, insha'Allah ta'ala, know that Masjid Rahmah is moving with the advice of the ulama. So now if the individuals, they have any conflict with the position of Masjid Rahmah, this is something that they should know. This is the position they are conflicting with Sheikh Saleh As-Suhaimi, Sheikh Khalid Al-Radadi, and Sheikh Ali Nasser Al-Faqihi and others. That as you mention the administration, then mention those scholars in the same breath. Don't paint the picture that is just the administration and they chose a student over a scholar. Tell Sheikh Saleh As-Suhaimi this. Take Sheikh Ali Nasser Al-Faqih to the side and tell him, Sheikh, you have chose a student over a scholar. Or would they dare do this? And if this is not the case, then be balanced in your affair. Don't blame people for the exact same thing that you did. You chose a position based off of knowledge, an agreement with the people of knowledge. The masjid, the administration, they chose a position based off of knowledge, supported and reinforced and stated by the people of knowledge. So where is the farq? Where is the difference now, ya ikhwan? These affairs, we have to keep them, ikhwan, in their boundaries. So this is something that we wanted to disseminate amongst the community, so that there can be some clarity, insha'Allah ta'ala, on these particular issues. And other issues, insha'Allah ta'ala, they would follow. But to summarize, ya ikhwan, the position concerning Tahir from beginning to end up until this very day, it is the position of several scholars. That Masjid Rahmah, the administration, they understand and they believe what they are doing, that which is correct. Those that feel that they are incorrect, do not only bring the discussion to them, but bring the discussion to the scholars. Abu Muhammad can contact Sheikh Saleh As-Suhaimi. He can contact Sheikh Ali Nasser Al-Faqih and Sheikh Khalid Al-Radadi. But Allah knows best if he's in need of doing so, because he has already spoken to them on this issue and he is aware of everything that I am saying right now. Nothing is new, nothing is foreign, nothing is updated to the last minute right now that Abu Muhammad does not know about. So with this, ya ikhwan, we ask you to utilize this information in the best of light. Hold the administration in the best of light. Because for the duration of the 6 years, this is what we have known from them. We have known khair, we have known goodness of them. To establish the 5 salawat, to establish the Jumu'ah, to establish classes, to establish annual lectures, to invite the scholars, to go in to visit the scholars. If there is something else that has been taking place for 6 years, that is on that level, wallahi ya ikhwan, and those that know me know that I don't like to say this statement, wallahi Abu Layla doesn't know about it. And whatever it is, hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqeen. Forget the health issues, because if that's the case, then he's not going to be an imam anywhere else. The health issue stays consistent. If it's an issue of the administration, hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqeen. Bring your proof and your evidences if you are truthful. Want for me what you wanted for yourself when you stepped away. Want for those brothers and sisters what you wanted for yourself when you stepped away. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.